Let's talk about China. Yesterday, the impact of what's going on with their currency sent our stock market off the cliff yesterday, Mr. Bolton, as you know. We have since designated China as a currency manipulator. So explain to us what happens next. Do we go to the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, and complain about them, and then they do what?
Well, there are a variety of steps that denominating a country as a currency manipulator allows us to do, and going to the IMF is certainly one of them. I think the real issue here, and what President Trump has confronted going back months now with the tariffs that he's imposed on China, is decades of Chinese misbehavior, decades of China not living up to its commitments. Fundamentally stealing our intellectual property, engaging in forced technology transfers, discriminating against American and other foreign companies. And this behavior was accepted by the United States for far too long. The president has said, I'm not going to accept it any longer. I think he's got broad support in Europe, Japan, the other countries that trade with China. This really goes to a very basic question. It's not just about trade balances. It's about whether China will act in a responsible fashion. The theft of our intellectual property, which gives them an enormous competitive advantage, is something that simply has to stop. If they're willing to stop it, I'm sure we can find ways to bring them more fully into the international system. If they're not willing to stop it, if they keep stealing from us and others, they're going to have to face the penalty. That's what President Trump has made clear.
Right.